Hey everybody, welcome back to Irish Outlaw Garage, where we were just going to barely do anything to this Cutlass to get ready for a power tour. And after digging in a little bit off camera, well, that's turned into a nightmare. So let's just go through what we're going to be doing, right? Right. Neighbor. Some junk Mopar just drove by. Anyway, let's go through what we're going to be doing. Here's a little bit of a display. All the Moog parts, that's for the front end. We got more Moog parts, they're just not out of the box. We've got Evil Energy. We have partnered up with Evil Energy. You can see them on, they have Amazon accounts, and it's ievelenergy.com. You'll be able to see that down here on the screen, or it'll be in the comments.
I'll say the most important.
It's farming season, so we gotta let all the noise go by before we can talk, because we're too lazy to get out our microphones. Shut up. And that leads us to this beautiful box of goodness. This is an entire front disc conversion kit for 72A body. Comes with everything we need except the master cylinder, which we can get one of them. I've got a proportioning valve. What's on there right now is just a distribution valve. It's not a proportioning valve because it has drum brakes all the way around it. But we got everything we need except for what I already have. We'll get to that. Then,
the most important part.
What's that? Posi track. Now, originally we had planned to, swap the rear end stuff out and make her a true, Posi, but wow, okay, prices went up and not in the budget. You got to remember, we've already got a brand new transmission that's in the garage. We're going over the motor just a little, and we got to find the right torque converter, and I've been in discussions with Boss Hog, my friend Nelson down in Alabama, about which one to get. We got a pretty good idea with the gear ratio and the tires that are going to be on this car. That'll be for a future story. But for now, we got our Power Tracks. This here is the Power Tracks no slip traction system. I've got it in the Javelin. It works great. It's perfect for what we're doing. We're not really racing, and it leaves drivability. Boy, that wind's picking up now, ain't it? So, first things first, what do we need to do? What's the most important part? The Posi traction. That's right. We get that done, we don't have to worry about anything in the back anymore except a little work on the brakes. Probably put new shoes on it, but other than that, we're going to be underneath there putting our Evil Energy. What a cute little Harley. Looks so cool on his little sport bob tank. Anyway, we got to put this electric fuel pump on while we're under the car. We're going to put this 100 micron fuel filter before the pump. Shut it! So while the car's in the air, we're not putting the motor and trans in it for a while yet. While the car's in the air, we're going to put our electric fuel pump on with our 100 micron fuel filter right here. They're going to be put on the car, and we're going to use one, maybe both the existing. We're going to use one, maybe both existing metal lines that are in this car. This one had a return for the vent system for the canister, and I think we're going to be able to use that. I don't know if there's any leaks. If there is, we'll just fix it. It's not a big deal. So, with that said, we're going to start with that Posi traction. We're going to get that in here quick. This is a bolt-in rear end, and it's basically the same as the corporate 10-bolt, but not. This one has bolt-in axles, but the spline count and the guts inside, as far as where they meet, are the same as a regular 10-bolt that you'd find in a Chevelle or anything else. But everything else around it, like the gears and everything, totally different. So let's get to that and get nasty and dirty, and I get to smell gear oil. Great.
It's gonna rain.
Yeah. It looks like it's gonna rain on us. They said it wasn't gonna rain till Thursday. It's Friday of Easter, so, right? Isn't it Friday? It's
Yeah,
Friday.
It's Friday.
It's Friday. All right, let's get to it. So, let's see how nasty this old 10 bolt really is. I'm going to take the bottom ones out.
Oh, I can smell that.
Oh, gross. Yeah, I can smell it already. Ugh.
Oh, that's bad.
You don't want to take these, oh God. You don't want to take these all the way out. Yeah, that's really bad. That's really bad. Our Milwaukee finally died.
Yep,
So we got to do old school hand on this one. I don't think I've ever had this off. That is gross. That's really bad.
Oh, it's coming out of the bolt.
You know, I don't think I ever took this apart.
That's bad.
I don't think I've ever had it apart.
Okay, here we go.
And that, I think I just filled it. I don't think I actually took it apart.
Oh no.
Oh, grody. Well, actually,
It looks like oil.
it don't look too bad, bud. It's clean looking. You can see through it. That's a plus. We got to remember, with the no-slip system, you do have to use your limited slip gear oil. You can't use just regular 80-90 or anything like that, like this one has in it. I can smell the 80-90. It's bad. I'm looking at the rear end setup. These bushings aren't the best either. There we go. Oh yeah, it's never been off. I don't think that's ever been off. That's an open diff. Get all our bolts put away so we can kick this and they'll go everywhere. Oh yeah. It's nice and solid. The bearings look good. Feel good anyway. There's the marks, factory marks. It's open diff though. See how it's just got the spider gears, buddy?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, she's open diff. But it's still got the factory marks, never been apart.
We just filled it.
Let's see. Oh, I should got a rag. Trying to figure out what gear ratio we actually have here. But there's no metal in that, no nothing. So that's a good thing. Nice thing about putting these no slips in is you don't have to take everything. The only thing you got to take out is your center pin and the spider gears and the thrust bearing washers. That's it. Give me a rag real quick. Just don't cut yourself on that fender.
I'm not gonna do Artemis 2.0.
Yeah, don't do what I did in New Mexico. 4115. Get your phone on you? Yep. 273s.
Oh.
So this thing has 273s in it, which is the lower. They came out with 308s too. So 273s with the big ass 275 tire. It's a 27 inch tire. Yeah, we're running about a 250 gear.
Here's your brake thing.
I don't know. I'm all right with that. Running highway gears for now. Because this power tracks thing will go in just about everything. We can put it in Bonnie. It'll work in Bonnie too. Give me a wrench, Bubba.
3/8 wrench.
5/16 and a 3/8. 9, 10. That is a 10 bolt. But yet it's a bolt-in axle 10 bolt.
I love the smell of brake clean.
Huh?
I love the smell of brake clean.
Don't love it too much. Not good for you. We'll get those spider gears out of there and then we'll clean her up real good. Another rag. So we got 273 gears, which not good for anything other than driving. But we don't have a choice in that matter right now. But I just realized this is a 10 bolt. It's not the 12 bolt, you know, in a 10 bolt cover. We can count the bolts here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And it's also a 10 here, which that's crazy because I thought they were 12 bolts. This is just a run-of-the-mill 10 bolt-in BOP axle is what it is. So the first thing we need to do before we start, we're going to get this all clean. I wish I could put better gears in it, but for now we just can't afford it. It's not in the budget. So this little dude right here, this pin bolt's got to come out of there, and we're going to have to get this up in here. Oh!
No, no. Oh, no.
For Christ's sake. I'm glad you're laughing. You could smell it. I got my hands in it. So now we got the end of the screwdriver nice and nasty. Let's just get rid of that. How's that sound? We'll just get rid of that. We'll get that in there to hold it. And a 5/16 wrench. And if that don't work, we'll take the 3/8, stick it on there for leverage. Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, God.
I even moved it. Cry out loud.
Oh, God.
Come on. Alright, we got it. And this comes out. And don't lose this. Ever. Don't lose it. When you put it back in, you're going to use Loctite. I just always put everything, I'm going to put it in the back of the pan here with the bolts. It ain't going nowhere. So, boom. Look at that center pin. That's in good shape. That's in real good shape. So now we got this, but these still ain't gonna come out because we got to get the axles out, and that I get to do outside. But this carrier, everything looks good. The actual spider gears, they're shot. Look at that. There's one of them. You can take them out. Just don't get them in there and get them pinched. That would suck. There you go. And they got this little thrust bearing or a thrust washer on the back of them that's concaved like them. See? And those are just your intermediates. They go on the inside like that. But yeah, this shouldn't come off. Nope. They're locked in because of the axles. There is no C-clips on these. You have to take the 4 bolts of the axles to get them out. So I'm going to spray a bunch of brake clean in there. We'll get it soaking and breaking down all that crappy oil that's in there, that's left, and then we'll get the axles out of the housings. And while we got them out of the axles out, we're going to check those bearings. I know I replaced that one over there because it was bad. I knew that before I built the car, and I replaced that bearing. But I don't think I replaced that one, and we're definitely going to be checking the bearings before we do anything. If we have to get new bearings, we'll get some new Timkins in here and all.
Is some just full?
Huh?
Some just full?
I don't think so.
I just heard a cuckoo.
Oh. Okay, let's take some axles out, huh? You see all these holes in this axle on the inside there. There's a nut, and it has a stud that it like locks against the axle tube. Wow. Can we get it with this? There it goes. Another reason why when people tell me that an extension on a torque wrench doesn't make a difference, you're full of shit, because this thing wouldn't take that off. It didn't have enough torque. Alright, there's one. Nope, that ain't gonna work. I'm probably gonna need a little extension of some kind. Right there. Yeah, put them right there. Oh, they're hot. Okay, now this also holds down the entire back, the braking thing. So will these come out? Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, we're probably gonna have to get some lug nuts, and you take the lug nuts and this and you slam it back. So let me get this ready. Oh, that's all it took. That is all it took. See what we got here, huh? Place your bets. Place your bets. How bad's the bearing? You want to guess?
No.
And this takes a smaller bearing than what Artemis does, so. And boy, do we know a lot about that, don't we, buddy?
Yeah.
Oh, yum. Oh. Can't reach anything. I don't want to sit on that too long. It was getting good oil. Yeah.
New bearings.
See here, bud? Look at that.
Gotta get ready.
That's not good.
It's starting to rain.
It's alright. It's just drizzling. Seal's good, but I think we're gonna have to find a bearing.
Oh, what was that? Oh. A piece
Probably gonna have to find a bearing.
Now it's starting to pick up. What the heck?
Something trying to hit into the oil, that's all. Great. We'll see what that other one looks like. If it looks about the same, we may be okay. It doesn't seem to be making any noise, but it sure moves. I don't like that at all. We're gonna look into that too. Okay, we'll get the other one out and we'll be back. So this is our Power Tracks number, by the way, Richmond makes these. This is number 9207852-805. We're basically a 10-volt GM, and it says for internal use only. I'm sure they've changed that since then, because there's some real dumbasses out there that would say, oh, I can use this internally. Anyway, I bought this one off a guy on eBay. Said he'd never used it, and this is actually the old box too. And I already opened and made sure everything that I needed was there, and it is. So it comes with instructions. I don't know what the new ones do, I can't remember. But I had kind of put this thing together in the house, just kind of looking at it. Made sure it had all the parts and pieces. There's all your springs. Everything's there and counted for. This is actually to test, make sure you have the right clearances. That's all that's for. First thing you need to do is take one of your outside gears that goes on your axle, and you need to make sure your spline count is correct. And it is. 28 spline is what these are. And that's perfect. And I checked these bearings. We're gonna roll with it. One of them's a newer style, this one's the older style. It's gonna be fine. I mean, last resort, we go ahead and change them. It'd take us 5 minutes to change them. But we are good. Check both sides. Make sure you got 28 spline axle, because they make these for a 30 for the newer pickups, or the bigger ones, But we're good. Okay. We got both ends. Now you don't have to take both axles out when you do this. The only reason I did is so I could check this bearing, because I've never had it out. It looks fine. We're gonna go with it, right, buddy?
Right.
So, yeah. So now, I'm gonna go underneath there and start setting this stuff up. There's a specific way. You got to remember this biggest opening place right here. You always want that to you when you set it in there. You want this to you. That way everything slides in real nice. So it's hard to explain, but I'll do the best I can. Absolute best I can. Let me get this stuff underneath there. I got to get some wheel bearing grease and a little screwdriver, and we'll get right on this. Okay, so it's windy as hell, but here's your, basically your gear face. This goes inside right here. I hope this is picking this up because my helper ran off. But this goes down inside the housing of the carrier, and there's a open notch right here that you want facing you. You want that till you can get to it on both sides of the carrier, and I'll show you once I get in here. But the other thing, you want to make sure these are clocked in the right places so it's an even clocking, and it should be usually from the factory, but if you tried to install it and used it and you pulled it out, it'll be a little different because it's like a ratcheting system. So first thing you're going to do, if I remember right, we need to take wheel bearing grease, and you got to coat the splines here, just a liberal amount, not, you know, not dumb liberal amount, just a liberal amount. See what I did there? Good. I'm glad. So just, you know, get it on there good. And then the last time I put some around this shaft here. It's not going to hurt the rear end. I put some inside, you know, just so it's got something to start with, that you ain't just absolutely terrorizing the thing. Like, oh my God, all at once. You know, kind of like what's going on right now in the world. It's happening all at once and nobody can keep up, which is a good thing. So then I need to find the most open spot, and I found it. It's right there. The best thing to probably do is to take a marker. You put it all together, and then you take a marker and mark that, and that'll tell you exactly how it goes in there, which is probably the right thing to do if I think about it, but I don't know. I've done a couple of these, so let me get these up in here. They're nice and greased. There's one. Make sure that's towards you. Then we're going to take this other one, do the same thing, all over, and the most open place is right there. I really should have done it with the mark, but whatever. Goes in there like that. Matter of fact, I will. Give me a minute. I'm going to mark these. There ain't no reason to, because I sit here and tell you this, and then I'll get it in there and be like, oh, shit, it's not right. So let me go get a black marker, and I'll clean a spot up, and I'll put the black marker on it. Okay, so see how I got that? This goes here. This will be easier to show. This is your inner, and it has that little ear on it. You see there at the very top? Okay. And that goes, get on there. That goes in this little area right here. We'll pull that one off. You can see how that's sitting in there. And then we'll pull this off. Maybe. Well, come on. Greased good. There. So that's how that goes. This goes down. It goes in that little, that biggest part of this. And then this goes like that, and it'll sit right in that gear because we ain't got springs in it yet. We're going to put springs. There's springs that go here, 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 and right here that goes in between. Come on. Sorry. I'm trying. See how the black line's lined up right there? But there's a spring that goes here. There's two sets of springs. These little yellow ones, they go in there. These two spots right there, and I'll show you how I do that. You do it with a little, so I got a little screwdriver out here somewhere. I do. It's out there. It is. You get them springs on there. You put grease on them, and I'll show you. But it's hard to do with one hand. But yeah, so this goes in like so. It'll sit, it won't sit right now, but you can see this. Where is it at? I don't know where it's at. Hold on. Right here. That big area right there. It sits right down in there, and it'll rotate back and forth. I know I'm horrible at this. I'm kind of holding it sideways. See, from there to there. Yeah. Okay. So let me get this thing together. We'll get it up in there, and we'll just go right to the springs. It'll be easier to show you. See, got both of those in. Make sure they're all the way seated. Just your black lines where you can see them, so it'll match. And then I'm going to put this little coupler together, and we'll just slide it in there. Then we start to, you know, get the little springs and stuff in. So let me keep going. Hey, quickly before I forget, there's these little sliders. There's two different ones. One is slotted. See that slot right there? Yeah, that goes in this one. They both have a slot that allows oil. I'm pretty sure that's like an oiler type deal. And then this one, it has the numbers on it. Yeah, this one's 01, 02. Okay, so this one goes in this one. Like so. Yeah. Anyway, let me get these up in there. Now, this is a lot easier if you have the axle in. I could put the axle in. You really only have to take the passenger one out. But like I said, I wanted to change it. But you see how my two pins are to the back? Yeah, you want that to the back. And the reason is because when you slide in this other one, right here, you can just slide it in and its pins will go right there. So I can't do it one-handed, but I'll get them in there and I'll show you. Okay, see how it's sitting in there? My marks are starting to go, but it's right there. Okay, you can't really see them, I'm sorry, and the wind is blowing, but that is in there where it needs to be. So now you got to be really careful not to lose this spot, okay? Because now we're going to put springs up in there, and it's hard to do on camera, but let me get a light on it and I'll give you an idea of how I'm going to do it. So I'm going to put them little springs right there with grease on the end of this screwdriver, and I'm just going to go right up in here and just shove them in there with grease. There's one here, one here. I really can't get up in there to show you, but there's one on top, one on the bottom, okay? On both sides, there's 4 in total. There's 2 here and 2 on this side. So I'm gonna get them in real quick. This is a pain in the butt. This is the worst part of it, but you gotta get them in there. And it's probably best if I have this thing turned to the other side. Oh, I did this wrong. Let me turn this thing around, I guess. I really don't have to, duh, you moron. All right, let me get this straightened out. I'm an idiot. Okay, so this thing fought me a little bit because the clocking in the gear was backwards. One was over here, well, if you put it in here, I had it marked, but I had it right here and they were backwards. So instead of, you know, taking it apart, taking this off, and you can move those ratchets around to be both forward. I think that's what it was, but I don't know. I just marked it and it went in. You just got to make sure that little coupler, the centerpiece that was inside this that I showed you, yeah, that has to be in this mark on here first. But I got it all in there. It's she's a Posi track now, and the way that works, let me get a little screwdriver. The way this works is when you're turning a corner, the pressure of it makes it go the opposite. Is how that works. I'll just go in this little thing here. See how that's springing?
So when you turn a corner, this will ratchet in. That's what all the springs do. And this is an outer spring with a little inner spring, and that's what holds it in there. You can kind of see it right there. You just shove them in after you have it all together. Tighten that up as tight as you can get it, and you're done. Now we just have to clean up the pan, get me some RTV, stick her back on there, and this part is over with. Still got some junk to get out of there, but whatever, it's in there. Yeah, just make sure she's decently clean. We got a Posi Track 273. By the way, this little tool goes to check your clearance. Make sure you have enough clearance to do the ratcheting. It explains it all in there. You just get her, and she's perfect. That's perfect. Good to go. So, we got Posi. We have Posi, except, you can see that in there. Yeah, both sides to rotate it. You'll notice, see this play? That's about all you want right there. It barely comes in and out, rotates. Well, this is the side I threw a bearing on, and as soon as I saw it, I knew it was the wrong one. Yeah, that's no good. That is absolutely horrible. So, called O'Reilly's. New one's coming. It'll work for now. I'm not gonna mess with it, but I know I got Posi. It's she's Posied. So that's in right, but we're gonna have to redo the axles. I'm just gonna go ahead and put new bearings in it. I hope the place that I grew up at has the Timkins, because I'd rather just go ahead and put Timkins in it and the seals, but we'll see. I'm gonna put what I can get in it, you know, that's just where we're at. That took me long enough. It was late in the day anyway, because I just got home from work. I may do some more tonight, maybe not, but you know, it's supposed to be nice this weekend. It's Easter weekend, so I've got all weekend. So we'll probably stop for now. I may do a few little things, but not a lot, because I'm tired and I think I may have to work in the morning. So anyway, see you in a bit. So while I had a little time and it wasn't raining like I thought it was going to be, I thought, you know what, I'll go ahead and see how bad this is going to be to take off. And so far, I've managed to basically ruin a tie rod. It's still good, but I messed up the threads. Might be able to fix it, might not. All of the cotter pins broke off. There's none coming out. I'm gonna literally have to unscrew them, and then I'm replacing these ball joints, so it ain't gonna matter. But the tie rod, that kind of pissed me off a little bit. I really don't want to have to replace that because it was all good. We'll see how it goes. That's all I can do is see how it goes. But this is being a bear. I've got the top one loose. Tried my little sledge, so see what the big one will do. Whoops. Get this damn brake line out of the way. Perfect place for it. There it went. She's down. See, there's little spots on here that you can hit with a hammer. That's why I did that. So top one is loose. Not taking the bottom one off because, well, these look okay. Maybe. I don't see anything crazy. We don't have to take the shocks off. I don't have to take that bottom off. I'm not going to. And it looks like it's got decent bushings in it. This side does anyway. Oh, no. Oh, Jay. Taking off way more than I can chew here. Nope, I ain't changing them. Another day, another different dollar. So now I need to get a jack under here. I hope I can save that. I think we might be all right. I think if I give her the good old whack, she'll go on there. Okay, so I need to get a jack underneath, and we'll let that sucker down till she won't go no more, and then we'll check that bottom ball joint. I wasn't going to change the bottom ones because, like I said, everything's good. But while I'm in there, of course, son of a bitch. All the further I want to go. Ooh. Don't take it off the... There. Now we got a jack under it. It's holding. I probably should take that shock off there, but I don't have to, I'm not going to. I love ratchet wrenches. Otherwise you'd be doing this for hours. So these are fine threaded. He's almost there. Oh no! She started spinning. Oh, that's great. That's that's hard as a rock. We'll get this boot off of here. Hard as a rock. God. That damn Artemis came apart easier than this. That's saying something. Get say I ain't worried about it. These are getting changed. Keep going. Come on. Down on that jack now. Don't go crazy on me. Oh yeah. What are you doing? Okay. No tension. There we go. Save those goddamn castle nuts. I don't know where it went. I like to save those. There we go. Yeah, it's shot. Yeah, it's shot. So, I got to get that off there. I may do that with impact. That's a little bigger one. Yep. This is a pain in the dick when they break off like that. I'll probably have to hammer this on there and just drive it off. That's all I can do. I can get that to, there we go. That's a 7/8. Let me go get a wrench, see if that fits that. That's the nice thing. If I can do this without having to take the whole, them ain't loose. Of course, we really can't tell unless you got the spring pressure off of it, but I think we're good. Yeah, look at that, hard as a rock. But if it wasn't for the boot, I got new things up here for it too. I might change out. I got new upper control arm bushings, that little rod that goes across there. But no matter what, I'm probably gonna have to change that tie rod. Probably the other one if this one's this bad, but that's all that's bad. I'm gonna have to get it aligned. The bearings in this thing are shot. I'm not putting any more money in freaking drum brakes. I'm just not. Oh look. Alright, let me find a freaking wrench. If I have to get out the freaking melter, I will. Now I'm just mad. If this side's this bad, the other side's probably worse. This car's gonna fight me all the way through this. Because I never really did anything with it. Could I have just drove it? Probably. But I just don't, I don't know. With the bearings the way they were, and I'm not real sure about these spindles because they're sure kind of nasty. So we'll just rebuild the front end and axle bearings, fuel system, new transmission. Christ. Oh, I wonder if I got my breakover bar. That'd be smarter than doing it with a damn wrench, wouldn't it? Because basically I'm trying to grind out the cotter pin too. Oh, red fire ant. Great. Stay away from me, you little bastard. About out of juice. Yeah, let me go get a breakover bar. Let me go get a brake bar. Hey. Oh my God, I got it. I don't know if I can get the rachette on there now. I didn't get any damn lower ball joints. Now I got it. It's good and hot. Let's go ahead and get my fingers in there. Hell, it don't even feel warm. Oh, do I have a pickle fork? I think I got a pickle fork. Give her a couple of good whacks here. Well, let me go get the fucking pickle fork then. Can I just get one thing to go my way? Just one. Just one damn thing. That's all I want. It ain't going. Love working left-handed. Nice. Come on, goddammit. There she is. Oh yeah. Oh boy. Yep. Shot. So, it is what it is. See, this is why I'm doing this, because this could have been bad. Could have really been bad. Thing is, I don't have to take this all the way off to deal with this. This is pressed on. and I can get that. I just need to clean up a little bit, make sure everything's ready to push, and those should just press out of there. Believe it or not, I have the right tool for that. Weird, huh? Yep. Okay. Oh, my back. My ass and my crack. I may have to heat this. We'll see. We shall see. I know I'm talking weird. I'm out of it. These, though, will come right out. The top ones, they're bolt ends. 4 bolts, I believe. Yeah. So, the top ones are good. Those are the ones I was concerned about. It's that. There should be a little bit of a, I mean, there's no up and down. But this, not good. Where it's just, that's not good. So what I'll probably have to do is I'll have to lower this just enough to get my tool in there. I've got a ball joint thing that I've had forever. I didn't really have to use it, but all right, let me get cleaned up. This is gross. So puller here. Yep, I've had one of these a long time. This is a newer one. I had an OTC. You'll hear me say that a lot because I owned a lot of OTC stuff. So I got my one specific tool I need out of there, and that's this. And this. I'm not messing around. I said you're coming out. And I meant it. Dirty. Oh my God.
We're running to McDonald's.
Okay.
You can text me what you want.
It scared the shit out of me. A little ball. Huh. Uh-oh. Did I not grab one tall enough? Well, that's just too bad. Meet Mr. Socket. It's out. Mr. Shitty Ball Joint. I told you. I'm not fucking around. Now you're out. Okay. Let's get the top one out. What time is it? Can I go get my ball joints? Nope. Have to wait till tomorrow. But it's out. Gives me a rather bad look at what I'm headed for, but now I can clean all this up and I will actually use that tool to pull it up. See, in order to use it correctly, I would have to take the whole thing off because it needs to be flipped this way, so you're, you know, dragging, and I can't. So that way, when it's going this way, it pulls down. And I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but it's out. That's all that matters. It's out. Now, I can get my lower ball joints. I'll go ahead and get this upper one in. I don't know if I'm going to change those or not. If they are still solid. I mean, I got them. I'm going to have to get it aligned anyway. Maybe I go ahead and pull them suckers out of there. I think I will. We got ways to get things out around here. I'm not messing around with cutting tools and all that stupid shit. Just makes for a long ass day. It's already been a long ass day for me. So now I have to get me a damn tie rod end. Might as well get two. I got new sway bar, or the links. I need to get links. I gotta remember that, because these were on there. I mean, they're still good. I might as well change them. I put these on. I mean, I think I got a set for it. Well, that's probably going to do it for me this evening. I think I'll maybe get these off. Maybe I'll take them off. I'm gonna get this ball joint out of here first, though. So that would be a 1/2 inch. Yep, 1/2 inch. 1/2 inch. No, I knew they weren't. I knew they weren't. Right off the bat. Goddamn. Those are pretty strong. Man, should I leave that on there? The reason I'm taking these off now is just easier. Well, I do miss the electric ratchet though. I miss the electric ratchet, and now I'm rambling. Okay, let me get this off here. It's just 4 little bolts. This one was still good. Just the what you call it was bad. The boot. This one was. That's the lower. I think somebody had changed the top ones once already. I'm wondering. This car's got under 100,000 miles on it, by the way. Yep. Yep, yep. Crap out of there. As much crap off there as possible. Damn. Let me look a little closer. We're going to take one of these out. Take a picture of the top where your shims are for your caster, camber, or whatever the frig. Your toe in and out, that's what it is. And you just take them bolts, they go right through, you can see them. These still look pretty good, but I've got new ones, so I'm just gonna change them. I don't think I'm gonna do it tonight though, but these look great. We're just gonna clean them up, paint them black. That's the rest of the car. And that's ready to go. All I gotta do is clean it up, throw in, those are solid. Ain't got nothing to worry about there. Yep, Then we can, maybe tomorrow, unless I work, it'll be later tomorrow, but we'll stick the new setup in here and we'll have disc brakes. Finally, a car with disc brakes on the front. I just thought it made more sense. I'm going to have it apart all the way anyway, so what the hell. Right? See you tomorrow. Well, that's rebuilt. No, and I don't mean I just painted it. Changed the bushings, cleaned it all up, then painted it. Yes, I will show you how I did it. Now I'll see you tomorrow. It's the next day. I had to work. And now it's just sitting here raining a little bit, and then it'll stop, a little bit, then it'll stop. Just enough to piss you off and to make it so I'm gonna have to be crawling around in the mud. Well, guess what? That's what we do here. By the way, there's my beautiful stage 2. It's built just as good as a B&M would come out of their factory, but lots better because it doesn't cost $5,000. My buddy Tony built that, and it looks fantastic. All right, let's get to work. I don't fancy working in the rain, but Jesus, it smells like regret and Ford. Let's go work on an Oldsmobile. So you remember how I said you got to keep those little bolts because, hey, you might need them someday. Those are fine thread. Yeah, so I went to put the new Moog thing on there, right there. Yeah, that right there, that's one of the old bolts because the other one snapped. Barely had it tight. That's how she goes. Now, this one is done, okay? It's done. These are not tight. You just snug them up, and you don't tighten them till you got them on the car and it's got its weight on it. You roll it back and forth, and then you tighten them up. And you tighten them up good. But, okay. Moog bolts junk. Noted. I guess let's try to clean up that lower control arm. Let's get that bottom ball joint in there. I got them, so I'll show you how I do it. Okay, so normally what you would do when you have one of these tools is you would have the lower control arm off. And I'm not doing that because those bushings look good, and I know if I open a can of worms, it's never going to end. We're going to do this a little bit different. And get out my, you're going in there or not. You know, whether you like it or not, you're going in. And this thing is soaked. Whew, damn it, that looked bad. Oh yeah, it's got water in it. Now you gotta be real careful with this because you don't want to burn your new boot. What you do is, just get the edges. Grab the edges. Now already start to burn. Just a little heat, that's all. Just a little. All it needs is a little. It's hot enough. Then you want to take your little hammer and your impact, and you're going to draw it in, and you're going to hit the sides here. It should slide in there. So it fought me, but it did go in. It just took a little more heat. I had to put some heat on the back side of this, and that made it because it was a little strained back there, but she's in there good. I went ahead and bolted this. I had the bolts in and I had my picture, and this is how it goes. That way that's in right. I've already looked it up on my phone. This is how it goes, so I'm going to tighten these up real quick, and not these, just these, and then we'll get our new spindle. This goes in there like so, and we'll raise that up to meet whenever we get that, and that'll be the beginning of front disc brakes. Yeah, pretty nicely machined for, you know, but I've had a lot of stuff that, you know, come from China. Depends on the manufacturer and watch what you're doing, but I, you know, look for some reviews, and this went pretty good. So let me get this tight real quick. Oh, damn it. So where are we at? Too tight. Oh, son of a bitch. What the hell? What is going on now? Stay.
What is fucking... Well... You're an idiot. I had it on reverse. Jackass. What in the fuck is going on? Okay, so everything's on there. I forgot I gotta get my other jack out to lift this, because if I try to lift that, it'll lift the whole damn car. So you know, this angle sucks, but don't fall. Please don't fall. That's okay. Let's start this thing. Just want to get it enough threads on it. It's going to stay. Okay. Then get this guy out of the way. There's my, whatchamacallit. Okay, we get grease cert in there and the cotter pin. I'm gonna go ahead and grease them now, and then we'll start putting the rest of it back together. Okay, so I got the spindle on and I'm just kind of mocking things up. I've never done one of these and there's no instructions. It's pretty self-explanatory though. I did have to take the steering knuckle thingy off my drum setup, and I'll show you. And everything that comes in the kit is on there, and this is how it goes, minus the caliper, which is right here. So let me show you. Now this is just a mock-up. That's that. These come on the spindle. These come in a bag. Right here you got both of your dust covers, and they're pretty self-explanatory which one goes where, because you know obviously your caliper's back here, and this is the steering knuckle. Hopefully I get all that in there. That's bolted up to it, and this goes up on there whenever it's ready. What I am going to do is I'm going to get ready to tighten this down, but I'm going to put some red Loctite on this one, even though it has the locks. Not real sure, but these are lock studs. They have a nylon locker nut. I don't know if I trust that either, but we'll try it. Yeah, and then your caliper comes with the brakes already on it. It's just a standard caliper for GM. Not a bad little setup, really. So I'm gonna get this thing tightened down, and I may need, I wonder, do I need, hold on a minute. I was thinking I maybe needed that right there, but I do not. I forgot, you know, it's going straight to the calipers. So, all right, let me get this tight, and we'll start going on to bearings and everything else. That is done. All tight. Use Loctite on that and the lockers. Believe it or not, I got that thing to work just fine. It just had a little dirt in it, that's all. I did order a couple tie rods. They won't be here till next week, and we'll just see how it goes. Now, I gotta go over here. Look at this nastiness I'm working in. This sucks. This sucks. But we got our rotor here. It already has the races in it. The bearings are right here. I need to get them greased up. It also comes with a seal. You can see it right there. It said it's got everything. Hoses,
And it has the little clamps on it, which is cool. I have a bunch of those though. I keep those around here. And there's the other spindle. So now we need to just get these greased up. I'll do that by hand. And then we get this in here, put the seal in it, put this on, put the front one on. I'm gonna clean up around here a little bit first. That's nasty. That is plain nasty, and I don't want to be putting all this together with those in there, but let's see how it goes. Spindle nut tool acquired. We're going to spin this thing until it stops. Get a little bit different hold on it. There we go. Okay, so that's where it stops. I'm going to rotate her a little more. Then, I'm going to grab it again. It's about right there. That's not bad. Not where I want it though. We'll back it up to about right there. Oh yeah. Before we go anywhere, these need to break in. You need to remember that when you put bearings on it. They need to break in. So what you're going to do is you're going to pull these back off. I'm going to run it a while. Once we get it on the road and stuff, we're going to run it a while. Then I'll go back and I will redo this. So keep that in mind. Then it even comes with a cap. What I do, I'll take grease, just put it in there. Also keeps this thing from rusting. It will get grease in all the little areas, and as it heats up, it'll about half full. As it heats up, it'll squeeze grease into there. Not a lot, but just in case. You know what I mean? It's a just in case. So we get our spindle thingy, bend it back, and then what I'll do is I'll cut this one off and just bend it down like that. Bend it down, and that is in there, locked and loaded. So here is our, I don't know if that's out too far. I might have to push this back some. Oh, wooden brake caliper out there. My dad bought me this just for this reason. It made it a whole lot easier to do the caliper. No shit, he bought me this. You just need to tighten them up. And it goes, one goes in, one comes out. I do have the actual tool to do it with. Close. There we go. Roll back. There we go. Caliper ready. Well, what is holding me up now? There ain't nothing to hold me up. There's nothing there. What the hell? Oh. Oops. So, before I put these in, a couple things we're going to do. where's my stuff? We're gonna put some anti-seize on this. Oh, get in there. Oh, a little down. It's weird there's no little boot on here. I'm not sure what I think about that. Well, ow. There we go. And I got me my old ass Craftsman that my dad also gave me. And I'm just gonna get this thing started. She started like that. Some on here. There we go. Just a little bit. Okay. In there. And she's in there. I'm gonna tighten this one up. Now we can tighten her down. A little snug. It's alright. Gotta get that first wear off of there. Uh-oh. The machining ain't that great on these bolts. There we go. She's tight. And she rotates. It will. I don't necessarily like that shit. Anyway, now I gotta get my hose, and it goes down and around and down and down and goes on there like so. This is the easy part. Like I said, it's gonna have a break-in period. Brakes have a break-in. Don't let anybody tell you any different. I don't like how loose that one is, but see that? That's not cool. That ain't cool at all. But whatever. It'll work. We'll have to try it. It'll roll a lot easier with a wheel on it. By the way, I already greased up my ball joints. I need to grease this thing. This was my dad's. I used this, God, my whole childhood. My entire childhood I used this thing. And it actually exploded on me. Nice. I put grease in it and it exploded on me. So, did that take grease? I don't think it did. No, it did not. Well, maybe we're changing that sumbitch away anyway. I don't want to take grease. Oh! Yeah, we'll be changing the tie rod in. The, what's it called? Just broke off. So, yeah, this tie rod end is screwed. Or did that break off, or did it just come out? Oh, it just come out. Huh, it just popped out, that's all. Whatever. is what it is. Oh, my ass bone. There it went. She took grease. Get some good grease up in there. There we go. Okay. So that took grease. You don't want it everywhere. I do have my stabilizer bushings. I went ahead and used the old one here. Still may change those. These are things that I already have. And I want to make sure, you know, we're all good in other places first, because I can change all that stuff. I haven't. But everything seems really tight. It feels a lot better than it did. I don't like that shit one bit. Oh well. Alright, let me get some hoses. God damn it, I'm getting old. It's the day before. It's 4:20 today. I think. No, 4:19. Whatever. Might be 4:20 the way I sound. But my birthday's coming up. Like in a day or two. And I'm starting to show my age. Because I'm old as shit. Oh. Well, she's in. Got that hose right there. I like that, but I think for shits and grins, I may put a piece of heater hose or something over that, because the way that sits, it wants to sit up against there, and you don't want it any further in because, you know, wheel, but it's going to be fine. This is tight. Come with that extra little pick me up right there. Ball joints look good. Everything spins. Not real sure about that yet, but we'll give it a chance. Well, what do you say we put a wheel on this thing? See how it spins. All right. I am going to use probably the original, you know, my Jegs wheels that I have on here. But I got me a box and bag of nuts from my friends at lugnutguys.com. These are a specific lug that countersink into these short studs. And I'll tell you what, they have saved my ass. We got them on Artemis. We got them on very, very many, because everything is tight. Tight fit. These, I don't know what they were thinking when they did this for these wheels, but I have scratched the piss out of the inside of these, and there's nothing I can do about it. But I like the countersink. You can see that. Like a regular nut. I don't have one around here. It's just the acorn. These go into the wheel. They're designed for these things. Completely designed for them. It's nice of me to blacken them out with my greasy ass things here. Oh, there we go. Hard to grab. And the wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. These get way on the stud better. And that one more. What am I on now? That. Woo! I'll be damned.
Oh my.
Look at that, buddy.
Oh yeah.
That is that other little thing I need to change yet. But where's our hose? Oh yeah, it's away from the wheel.
It looks better with disc brakes.
Yep, I just want to get it all the way in. Feel where the hose is. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Bearings are perfect. That's that brake moving around. I don't like that. We may have to try a different set of brakes. So that side's done. I'm gonna go ahead and tackle this other side. If something happens, I'll get the camera out, but I got a pretty good idea how to do it now. This side feels great. Still not going to tighten those upper control arm bushings. Matter of fact, those aren't going to get tightened until I put the motor and trans back in this car. Okay, that is something that I want. All the weight, everything needs to be set just perfect. So that's when you wait. You want to make sure you got the weight on the car. That way they're set, you tighten them, and that's its beginning plane right there. So I'm not touching them. So now everything's tight, it's on. Gonna start working on this other side. If something changes, I'll let you know. Probably not. I'll see you in a little while. Holy crap, I got ahead of myself. I was jamming out to some AC/DC, and I already got these out and this, but here's the old one right here. They were down in there like that, and usually they're stuck to this. Somebody had this one out before though, because that had the anti-seize on it, and it wasn't me. But I just take my air chisel and I get right here, pop them babies out. Then I'll take that, clean out in the hole, and then let me see here. Now I'm going to take this, I'll put this in here like this, and I'll run the new ones through it. They're right there. I'll run the new ones through it, but I'll have anti-seize on them, and I'll see if I can't catch a little bit of it. It's kind of hard in here because it's a mess, if you can't tell, because my drum set's set up, and I wish I had more room, but I don't. It is what it is, guys. Get on there. That one went in fine, this one not so much. The idea is this will squeeze together. I'm gonna have to find a couple nuts. Oh well. Okay, I had another nut from Artemis, and this thing is still loose and tight enough. I'll probably loosen that one up. You can see there's a gap, and that's mainly because it's not smooshed. So you can take this and move it either way. There you go, just like that. All right, let me get that changed out, and we'll get that bottom out. That'll be fun in the dark. So here we go. Jesus, halabeezus. That one went on about exactly the same. Exactly the same, except my little gauge meter thingy regulator thing on my gas, on my torch, it died. So I had to figure out a better combination. I was in a hurry. I just wanted to get it done, but it's done. I did one other thing too. So yep, that wheel's on, rolls good. I may have the bearings too tight on that side. Yeah, it is very dark. I put that little idler on there, and there is no more jumpy with the tires. Matter of fact, this steering ain't ever been this tight. It's ridiculous. This thing is junk. This was causing all my problems with my steering. And that, whoops, that right there, don't worry about that power steering fluid, that's coming out of the hose. But where it comes off that pitman arm, that one don't want to grease, so we're gonna have to turn her back and forth, and I'll grease it and have Zeppy. Everything else took grease and everything looks great. So that's the end of that. Front end done, except for these. I got to tighten them, but like I said, we got to wait till the motor is in the car. So that's gonna do it. Front end finished. Now you might say, Jay, you got a lot to do yet. Yep, I got the bearings, I got everything that's supposed to be coming. It'll be in tomorrow with the seals. I'm gonna try to do them axle bearings myself. If I can get my regulator to start working, that'd be great, but who knows. This took all day to put this front end together, but that's just how it goes. I still got to put different master on it with a actual proportioning valve, because this is not a proportioning valve. That is a just a distribution block basically for your drum brakes, and I need it to be a proportioning, and all I got to do is unhook the lines, plug your proportioning valve in exactly where it is. Should be good to go, even with the mess of lines I got going on. Don't care, it ain't pretty, we don't care, as long as the brakes work, right? Put that on. We gotta get new shoes for the vac and bleed them out. But yeah, it's coming along. So that's gonna do it for this one. I'd like to thank my awesome sponsors. I got some cool stuff coming up with Evil Energy, our favorite Aces EFI, lugnutguys.com, obviously providing the lug nuts on this whole car. Super clean, because damn, it's gonna need it, but it is what it is. We're going at it a little bit at a time. Tomorrow's Easter, so I hope you guys had a happy Easter. Take care of yourself, guys.